Blessings, power people. You are listening to Reverend and High Priestess Thema Aziz Serwa. And as always, it's a joy when I get to just yap on the internet, exchange that good energy, that good prana, and just hopefully wake something up in you that changes how you see yourself, how you live. My intention in this chat today is to change your thoughts, your choices, and your behaviors. Because literally the lifestyle that you are living right now is a reflection of your thoughts, your choices, and your behavior. I want to inspire you to take full ownership of your life. If there is something happening that is not lighting your soul up, that is not satisfying, change it. Oh, but I'm married. I can't control what my spouse decides to do. Or, oh, but I got to live with somebody else. Or, oh, listen. When God wakes you up every day, the breath blows through your nose and mouth, nobody else's. Your life is your own. What are you doing with your life? So what do I mean when I say own your life? What I'm saying is stop waiting for something outside of you to create the solution. And I know that could be a challenging thought for people who come from a religious background where the God you serve is outside of you. But in my journey, which I've talked about in some of my other many lectures, you can comb through, and if you're a part of my Facebook group, Let the Womb Be Heard, my journey of choosing an interfaith path. I grew up in the Seventh-day Adventist church. I grew up with the Christian doctrine. And then I also had a powerful experience where I really learned just how diverse God is. And I actually learned what it means when we say God is omnipresent. And when I really leaned into the omnipresence of God, it took me outside of pews. And I was no longer able to only find God in my church or denomination. I actually was able to see that God truly is omnipresent. So when you realize that I am the living, breathing temple, house of God, embodiment of God. I got God DNA. I am fearfully and wonderfully made. When you recognize that it all begins and ends with you, you start thinking differently. You start making different types of choices. You start behaving a little different. The things that you used to do, you don't do anymore. The things you used to believe, the people you used to rock with, it just doesn't fit anymore because you have outgrown it. A lot of women that I work with, they default to, what's wrong with me? There's nothing wrong with you. You have grown. And the view and the survival skills are different for an eagle than a turtle. The view is different. The perspective is different. The values are different. You have permission to go up. I don't know who's listening to this who may have abandoned certain dreams. Maybe you feel like you ran out of time, or maybe you feel like it's just not for you. I'm not trying to sell you hope. I don't really resonate with hope anymore, but I will give you some clarity. I will give you a formula you can use. If you can make your mind up, if you can be decisive, because healing starts with a decision. If you could just make your mind up, you actually can execute, because there can be no execution without clarity. So I'm inviting you to take some time, quiet your mind, and take inventory on what's running through it. Where you find that you have lost trust in yourself and in your capacity to be what is needed in your own life. Because as quiet as it's kept, you are the missing piece to the puzzle. You don't need another coach. You don't need another mentor. What you need is yourself. This is why my students who get trained with me love their training experience, because it's life-changing. There's no way in the world I'm going to send people out in the world saying they are certified womb sauna practitioners and they can't live the healing that they want to facilitate in other women. They got to live it to get through my training. They got to be whole by the time they get to module 10. Because you can't give what you don't have. Right? So we do this deep work. For me, it's not about the numbers. It's not about saying I got so many people walking around with certificates. This is too important. I want to be able to say I have people who are making a traceable difference in women's lives every day. Because they learn how to change their life first. Excuse me, I had to clear my throat. So anyway, there's somebody that's probably listening that's going to stumble across this. And you realize that you are seeing some gaps. There is such a thing as wasting time. We don't like to face that. We don't like to own that. But as I look back over my life, I can trace where either through my ignorance or my lack of momentum, my decision to sit too long in things, sit in relationships too long, sit in bad habits too long, refusing to change, wanting to keep doing things the same way I've always done them, even though it's not going to give me the desired outcome. There is such a thing as wasting time. Just go sit with some elders and they'll tell you. You can redeem your time. If you are looking for salvation, give it to yourself. It's not hard. Healing is actually easy. The decision to be healed is hard because people don't want to believe that they can actually be okay. We live in a generation of people who take pleasure in being deficient in certain ways because it gives them attention and it gives them access to resources that they didn't work for. And I don't believe in hard, even though I'm skillful at it. I'm in my soft era. And so for me, what feels good is ease and flow. But let me tell you something. It's time for you to stop holding yourself back and sabotaging your progress for your comfort zone. Get uncomfortable, stretch, grow, evolve. Become more than you've been. Get out of your comfort zone. Grab your journal. Write out what are the dreams that matter most to me and are they fulfilled? And where you have dreams that are not, what is it going to take? Well, I would be able to do it if I had not experienced this thing 10 years ago. You ain't even the same person you were 10 years ago. You don't even have the same body that you had then. What I can tell you is that the story you tell You gotta live. What are you telling yourself you can't do? And why? Because if you are the house of God, the place where spirit dwells, wrapped up in that beautiful flesh, you have power. Are you using it? Are you using it? I hope that I woke something up in you if you're listening to this. My job is to be a sacred witness to the awakenings of the people, so when my clients come and they work with me, whether that's through virtual consultations or they come and pop that squat at our headquarters in Maryland, or they invite me to come and facilitate sacred healing circles or come speak at their events, no matter what it is, for me, I don't come into the room like I'm everybody's healer. That's not my truth. And that's not my assignment. That's too heavy for me to carry everybody's healing like that. No, I'm here to be a demonstration of a woman who knows that she is God in flesh, and to bring in that God vibration in a way that it wakes up the gods in each of you. So if you're listening to my voice, wake up and live the life you want to live. Go create it. Stop waiting for somebody to hand it to you. The savior you're looking for is in the mirror. Go look in the mirror. That's your redeemer. Because guess who's living your life every day? You. Guess who's living in that body that you have every day? You. And guess whose body is obeying whose consciousness? Yours. Your body is following your command and instructions. Your body keeps score of the ways you honor yourself or betray yourself. Trauma and fear and unresolved stuff, that all sits in the lower extremities. We have got to get a hold of ourselves and become the fuller embodiment of who we already know we are. Some of y'all don't need another reading. You don't need another divination. You need to take the information you've already been given and fully embody it. Fully. Get your schedules in order. Time is an asset we cannot replace on earth. Get your routines. Wealthy people, they have routines. They know the code. The ancients understood times and seasons and, But I'm not telling you anything you don't already know. I'm just reminding you of what you haven't implemented. And now I'm asking you to get honest with yourself about why you hoard the knowledge and do nothing with it. Wake up. Wake up. I love you. Y'all stay in touch. I'm rolling out new things in the marketplace. We have some free webinars coming up. I'm rebirthing the product line. I'm so excited about that. And I have some other things that I will be sharing. So if you're not on my email list, you need to get on it. If you're not following me on social media, we're on pretty much every social media platform right now. And so follow us, but make sure you turn the notifications on. You know how the algorithms are. So make sure you turn on all the notifications, that you like, comment, because if you like and comment on stuff that I'm posting, then they'll send you more of what we're sharing. And I use social media even more than the email marketing, really, to keep everybody current on what the womb sauna is doing next. So take a deep breath in through your nose, out through your mouth. Namaste. The God in me always enjoys communing with the God in each of you. I hope you heard something you needed to hear. Peace.